Number 7. The too many choices. Meltdown. Imagine standing in the cereal aisle at a grocery store. You just want something with oats and a hint of sweetness. Suddenly you're staring down 43 options, including organic honey quinoa crunch, frosted marshmallow oat blast, and gluten-free vanilla kale clusters. You freeze. Your soul leaves your body. Welcome to the paradox of choice. The more options we have, the less satisfied we are, and the harder it becomes to make a decision at all. This seems backwards, right? More options should mean more freedom, but nope. Your brain short circuits under pressure. Because every choice you don't pick feels like a tiny failure. What if the other cereal would made me a better person? Says your inner monologue, spiraling. Psychologist Barry Schwartz coined this concept, pointing out that too many choices lead to anxiety, regret, and even paralysis. Instead of being thrilled by variety, you end up mentally curled in the fetal position, questioning your life choices over breakfast food. Worse, if you do choose something, you're less satisfied, because now you're haunted by the infinite what ifs. What if the quinoa cereal was actually delicious? What if it held the secret to inner peace? And it's not just cereal, clothes, jobs, dating apps. Your brain was never built for swiping through 10,000 soulmates. It wants simplicity, not a buffet of identity crises. So next time you panic, choose socks, and end up crying in the car, just know, it's not you. It's your overwhelmed frontal lobe waving a little white flag. Number 6. Your brain makes you see monsters. You're walking down a dim hallway. A coat on a chair looks just like a hunched figure. Your heart jumps. You gasp. Oh wait, never mind, it's just your poor fashion sense. Congratulations. You've just experienced pareidolia, your brain's overachieving habit of seeing patterns that aren't actually there. Faces in clouds, monsters in piles of laundry, Jesus on a piece of toast. It's like your brain's running Windows 95 and really wants everything to look like something familiar. This isn't a bug. It's a feature. Your brain is built to detect danger before it becomes danger. If you mistake a shadow for a serial killer, you get spooked. If you mistake a serial killer for a shadow, well, that's how horror movies start. So evolution decided. Better to panic unnecessarily than to be calmly dead. Makes sense. But it also means your visual system is constantly lying to you. This is also why you might feel like someone's watching you, even when you're alone. Your brain keeps scanning for eyes, for symmetry, for any sign of life. Sometimes it finds it in a houseplant, sometimes in a crumpled shirt, once, tragically, in a decorative pillow. It's like having a smoke alarm that goes off whenever you think about toast. Annoying, but better than burning down the house. Basically, your brain is a medieval villager yelling, "Witch," every time a curtain moves. Number 5. The "I just forgot why I walked in here" effect. You walk into the kitchen ready to do something crucial. You stop. You blink. Why? Why are you here? What was the mission? Were you hungry? Were you about to invent time travel? Welcome to the doorway effect. It's the cognitive equivalent of a record scratch. The second you cross a threshold, your brain goes, new room, new context, delete previous mission. It's the world's least helpful memory management system. Your brain organizes memories by context, location, sensory input, emotional state. So when you physically move to a new space, your mental clipboard gets wiped clean, crispy. It's like switching tabs on a browser and forgetting what you were Googling. Wait, why did I type "and cats eat peaches"? This mental short circuit isn't a flaw. It's your brain trying to stay efficient. Imagine if it kept track of every intention you ever had, including the plan to stretch before bed which you never dock. That would be chaos. Instead, it's constantly pruning, trimming, and accidentally eating important info the moment you see a new lamp. The worst part, you usually remember right after you leave the room again. Like your brain was just chilling there the whole time, holding your thoughts hostage. So, next time you forget why you walked into a room, don't panic. Your brain is just treating your house like a video game with loading screens and forgotten quests. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel. It means a lot to me. Number 4. You're wired to procrastinate. Imagine having a massive project due in 2 weeks. What do? Naturally, you reorganize your sock drawer, deep clean your microwave, and suddenly become emotionally invested in the life cycle of sea otters. Welcome to the ancient brain vs. modern world cage match. You procrastinate not because you're lazy, but because your brain is playing a weird game of emotional tug-of-war. C. Your limbic system, the part of your brain that deals with emotions. Hate stress, pressure, and vague threats like failing at adulthood. So when you sit down to work, it panics and throws distractions at you like confetti. Enter TikTok, ice cream, the sudden need to alphabetize your spice rack. Meanwhile, your prefrontal cortex, the rational planner, is screaming into the void. We need to work. But it's often outgunned by the impulsive toddler part of your brain that just wants snacks and a nap. This internal drama is called temporal discounting. You value immediate comfort over future consequences. Why write that paper today when you can suffer dramatically tomorrow? And ironically, the more you delay, the worse you feel. But the worse you feel, the more your brain wants to avoid the task. So now you're trapped in a guilt loop, binge-watching documentaries about 14th century pottery while your future self sobs quietly in the corner. It's not laziness. It's mental dodgeball with your own executive function. Basically, your brain is that one roommate who never does the dishes until the smell becomes sentient. Number 3. Fake confidence is your brain's favorite trick. Let's say you're lost in a foreign city. No map, no phone, no idea where you are. But instead of asking for help, you start walking with purpose. Fast, focused. As if you absolutely know that left turn leads to salvation. Spoiler, it doesn't. This is the Dunning-Kruger effect, the classic brain glitch where people with the least knowledge often have the most confidence. Because sometimes, your brain fills in gaps not with facts, but with unearned swagger. Here's why. The less you know about a subject, the less aware you are of what you don't know. Your brain's like, well, I haven't tripped yet, so I must be crushing it. Meanwhile, actual experts are over there having existential crises about nuance. It's not just annoying, it's everywhere. Bad drivers think they're amazing. People who barely cook argue with chefs. That guy at trivia night who insists platypuses are reptiles. Yeah, Dunning-Kruger all the way. But your brain loves this trick because it makes you feel good. It's a self-esteem booster shot, no facts required. Confidence is comforting, even if it's completely made up. Ironically, knowing, just enough to realize how much you don't know, that's when the existential dread sets in. So honestly, ignorance might be bliss after all, until you walk straight into a fountain. Basically, your brain is out here bluffing with a pair of twos and hoping nobody calls it. Number 2. You literally feel other people's pain. XP. You're watching someone stub their toe on a coffee table, and you wince. Like your own pinky just got drafted into a war it didn't sign up for. That's your mirror neurons doing their chaotic thing. These are special brain cells that fire not just when you do something, but when you see someone else do it. Your brain basically goes, oh, they're in pain. Same. This is great for empathy. It helps us connect, feel compassion, understand others' emotions. But it also means your brain can't always tell the difference between watching someone get hurt and actually getting hurt. Hence the full-body cringe when someone faceplants on concrete. Mirror neurons are why you flinch during horror movies, cry at weddings where you know no one, and feel vaguely embarrassed when someone sings off key at karaoke. Your brain is like, we're all in this emotional stew together, pal. But sometimes, it backfires. Ever heard of empathetic burnout? That's when your brain is too tuned into other people's feelings, and it gets exhausted. Like, we've felt 30 emotions today and none of them were ours. Please log off. Your mind wants to help. It wants to relate. But sometimes it forgets you're actually the one not getting dumped on prom night or accidentally emailing your boss a selfie. Basically, Your brain is an emotional sponge who didn't sign up for this many group projects. Number 1. You are not in controls, but you think you are. At Crispy, you're picking a snack. You think you choose the potato chips. You believe you have free will. You feel powerful. Plot twist. You walked past a commercial for chips 15 minutes ago. You didn't even notice. But your brain did, and now you're just a pawn in the snack industrial complex. This is called priming, and it's your brain being subtly, sneakily manipulated by things it isn't even consciously aware of. A word, a color, a smell, a random phrase whispered in the background of a song, and suddenly you're craving orange juice or voting for that mayoral candidate with the friendly eyebrows. Priming influences everything: your mood, your decisions, your gut feelings. You might think you're operating on logic and willpower, extra crispy, but half the time you're just reacting to stimuli like a very sophisticated lab rat. Even worse, your brain makes a decision milliseconds before you consciously become aware of it. This has been tested with EEGs and brain scanners. You hit the button, but your neurons already decided to hit the button before you knew you would. So all that free will, extra crispy. It's kind of a highlight reel your consciousness plays after the real work's been done. Your brain doesn't want you to know this, of course. To extra crispy, it needs you to believe you're in control. Otherwise, you might start questioning the whole "I'm a rational adult" thing. And that's a can of existential worms no one wants to open on a Tuesday. Basically, you're the mascot. Your brain is the CO at Crispy, and you're just here to smile and wave. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.